is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin and Cam Water.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vandergren in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vandergren in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono. He's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson offline.
Is green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to turn it to twos. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be.
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. It was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble's bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tannock and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't implemented it, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get the good run. Dodd's just absolutely. These competitors did really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sim Racing World TV, and welcome into round 4 this time. Actually, it's not round 3, round 4 of season 3 of 2024 for the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars series out at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. I'm your commentator here tonight, Hamish Munro, joined as always by Steve Sinkovic. Steve, big first 3 rounds. Any changes that would have been made to the splits have now been made. And we're ready to rock and roll for the next, 5 or 6 rounds up towards the final round, and 5 or 6 rounds. Yeah, 6 rounds, 5 droppable rounds to go for drivers to make mistakes. Championship's still on the line, and we've had some cracking racing so far in the early portion.
There's been nothing short of amazing some of these drivers have been doing out there. It's been absolutely cracking. That's the word for it. The Spa's going to be again a great little track. I actually don't mind Spa in the V8. It gives you a few good passing spots, but then it tightens up all of a sudden and just chokes you. And if you're not ready for giving up that space, or you decide you're going to stick it out, you might just get that bottleneck kaputs and off into the wall you go. But yeah, very punishing for the mistakes and good fun.
Well, it's a track that has been built in infamy for many different races across the years. Of course, the Spa 24-hour, the Spa 12-hour, Spa 6-hour, the F1 races that happen in this track. It's also gone through quite a lot of changes in the layout of this track. Of course, this one's the most modern variant of the circuit, except for Eau Rouge and Radeon, which have been reprofiled in previous years. iRacing's yet to update it, unfortunately. But, I mean, previously to this, Cinco, it used to be just country road that they'd go into, I think, about 3 or 4 different townships across the span of the whole track, and it was tens of kilometres long and just an absolute headache. I mean, it's only 6.9 kilometres long, but it is still a headache. But it's one hell of a test.
I think in saying that, I think Project Cars used to have the old track as well. Back in its day, where you could actually run through the town and stuff, which was pretty cool. But yeah, it's another one of those tracks like that we all think is a proper circuit, but it's actually a street circuit converted into a circuit, and it's just gone that way and stayed that way. Another one is the American one. What the one we always talk about?
Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen, that's gone through so many ownerships and so many townships. It's ridiculous.
Same with Phillip Island as well. Phillip Island, former street circuit, now permanent race course as well. So I wonder when it's going to happen to Bathurst. Probably never, because it's a country road. But practice has finished up for us. We're going to get into qualifying, of course. Quick predictions for tonight. Who do you think is going to get the benefits of this circuit? I mean, Troy Dooley was the fastest in practice. He could be a bit of a smoky pick. Obviously, Davis and Gallen are always up there. Who's your sneaky little pick? Who's your smoky for tonight?
Billy Mole.
I like
he
that.
is due for the top step. He has been driving really well this season.
Arguably he's overdue.
He is overdue. He is the Hulkenberg of the Tuesday night V8s. He's just waited to get on that top step, mate. He's probably broken all appearance records. But
Hulkenberg's not just waiting to get on the top step; he's waiting just to get on a step. He's yet to get a step. So,
I think the closest he got to a top step was because the toilets were close and he had to go across that area. But no, look, I reckon Billy Mole's due for it. I think he's due for a number 1. He's been really close a few times, but his driving has been really good lately, and he's been getting a little bit more consistent, which I really like. And this track needs patience and consistency. You need to just keep setting you break it up into sectors in your brain and just try to hit your marks at each point. It's a long track, and just focus. And if you do all your marks or hit all your points, you'll get a good result tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think Yeah, I think hitting your marks is going to be the imperative point, and by hitting your marks, getting that consistency, the lap time will come to you, of course, across qualifying and across the race as well. So even if he's slightly off the pace, he'll find that pace throughout the racing proceedings here tonight. Not only that, though, I think if he can keep it clean, because we could be getting some safety cars tonight, Sinker, of course. You know, Radion or Eau Rouge, Radion, the back end of the Camel Straight, as well as No Name and Blanchimont, can all throw up some carnage, can all throw up some big moments, and can offer up some free positions for a lot of cars out on track.
Sorry, just jumping on to you there, mate. There's a bit of a bottleneck there. It was there was a lot of cars just sort of following each other all the way along. They were all behind Mick Clifton at one point, but I think it's Jason Douglas to just come in front of him. Yeah. Before that, it was just everyone queuing up behind him. They're going nice and cruisy along, and I guess they're all just going to go pop, 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 pop as they cross the finish line, get across that final corner.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I suppose they'll all want a bit of toe for the Camel Straight. Troy Dooley.
Camel toe.
That was a close one. Troy Dooley is the first to start a qualifying lap here around Spa, so we'll see what he can put together in the performance. The performance sim racing machine, of course. The bright orange, white, and black. You cannot miss it out on track. PSR machine of Troy Dooley in the 333 entry. Again, he's a little bit of a Hulkenberg himself, Sinker. He's yet to really get on that top step and rise up the rankings. I'd put him and Billy Mole in the same basket, in fact. They probably both deserve at least a second or a first. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, yeah. So the other one I'm tipping for a breakout. He's due for it. Round 4. This is usually when he picks up his form. Guess what I'm talking about?
Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, yes. The crazy Tasmanian that now lives in Geelong. So we're looking for him to lift. He started his wake through last week, and he started to make some progress. I think he got to 4th place, I think, if I'm correct, on Tuesday night. But
I think he did at one point, but I don't think he stayed there. So I think he got up as far as that.
His night.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of shout-outs out there tonight, mate.
We are. There's a lot.
Yeah, we are. Everyone's saying a quick hello, so we'll get a few off. Roy Douglas, good to see you back on track, mate. Yes, Jace is out there. We just saw him overtake someone. Hope he has a great one. Rebecca Bogan, Stephanie Piccoli. There's a Hamish Munro in here as well. Klutz, Harry Johns. Good evening to all of you. Stevie Banks is on Facebook, and Pav and Fitzy could be a good watch. Oh, definitely. They're always a good watch. Pav is another one that's starting to get a bit of form back. He's a previous season champion, so it's good to see if he. Did I say good morning? Did I, Steph?
That or she's mentioning the Kebble toe joke. Possibly. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh, only after 8 p.m. Well, there is the Camel. Is it the Camel Straight? You hear?
Yeah, the Camel Straight. Yeah.
And the boys, like Peter Pav, he's getting better and better again. He's getting a bit more consistent. But the thing is, ever since he got his direct drive, he won a title before he got his direct drive. He got his direct drive. He hasn't been up there again since. Oh, Jacob Trainer, one of my boys, is here to purple. Oh, Sean Van der Meulen, he's got 2 purples. Look at that, 2nd sector and 4th sector. Let's see how he goes for the 5th.
Jacob crosses the line. Where's he going to go? His time is not going to count, so apparently he's at an off-track. Sean Van der Meulen's pulled it over.
Bugger.
Unfortunately, Quashi's crossed the line. I believe his teammate Clutters is in the chat with us here tonight. Yeah, Boggin. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, Boggin, not Bogan. Okay, cool. Thanks for clarifying for us. I did previously. I don't know if you did just then.
No, I wouldn't have. I would have said Bogan.
To be honest, I was quite confused when I first saw the name.
That's just a posh way of saying Bogan, yeah? Bogan.
Yeah, a Bogan.
Sorry, Rebecca.
A Bojan.
Bojan. No. She would have copped it for school big time, unless that was her married name, and then.
Maybe.
Yeah. Either way, welcome to the broadcast, and hope you enjoy the crap humour that me and Hamish bring to the foray of this racing, and and hopefully we do a good job of covering the racing as well.
I hope so. Who are you watching right now, Singer, because I just want to check the sizing. Because I actually adjusted the sizing the other day of the shared screen, and I just want to double check it. Oh, no, it still looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, no, that's nice, because I changed it for when I was having a bit of a play around with Hutto in preparation for Wednesday nights, and the sizing is actually quite nice. I'm
Well, it's
happy with
good
that.
because, oh no, there it is there. I thought
Yeah.
my track, it wasn't going to be on there, but it is there.
That's
And
okay.
I'm on, I'm
One-
on camera one at the moment as well.
Yeah, one thing we can work on as well is just you can practice just using SDK just to click names, so you don't have to worry about cameras.
Look, I need another,
Just
I need
click
another
names.
monitor for that, mate, and I just
Yeah.
don't have the space at the moment. When I get to my new place, I'll end up with having four screens on the wall instead of just three.
Well, I can actually thanks to the new 3080 that has been put in my PC, I can actually have 5 monitors now instead of just
Excellent.
4. So there will be plans for 5 monitors to come. One of them, if I can save up enough money, may even be an ultra wide, just to get even more blue light in my face while I broadcast.
Mick Clip is my hubby soon. So
they are.
thankfully I'll get rid of it.
Well, I tell people it's Bojan like bouquet.
Good Bojan. I love your sense of humour, Beck.
That's fantastic.
Excellent.
John Gallen's gone P3 over
So
his
you're
last
gonna be
lap.
you're gonna be Beck Clifton. You're gonna be a rock star, Beck Clifton.
Beck
Oh
Clifton.
wow, you
That
can join the
actually-
band.
Yeah, Beck Clifton actually does sound like a rock star's name or a rock
Yeah,
star's
yeah.
girlfriend's
She's
name.
got she's the leading singer. She's out there in the front, mate. That's it.
Exactly. Jamie Davis, he's yet
Troy
to set a
Dooley.
time as well, but Dooley's still the fastest in the session.
Yeah, 2:19.676.
He's the only one in the 19s at this point, Sinker as well, so he's looking dangerous right now.
He's looking really good. He's looking really good. Steph's going for 2 safety car kit for tonight. I'm actually going for none tonight. I'm going to really go out in the limb. I'm going for none tonight. The boys are going to surprise us.
You may have just mozzed yourself. I'm going to say 1. I'm going to go for just the cautious, simple 1, probably right at the start of the race when they first come up over Rouge and Radion, then they'll settle into their groove once again.
The other thing that I was going to mention was, and it has just slipped. Oh no, here it is. It's back, just popped back in my brain. There is a fair few new people out there. Please like and subscribe. Please hit the notification button so it gets the triggers. We aren't making any money out of YouTube yet. Actually, I lie. We made $15 last month. Woohoo!
Pay for a couple of sessions.
Or, it depends where you're going these days. What it pays for a coffee at some places and it pays for some soft drinks somewhere else. So you can't buy alcohol these days at that sort of price. That's for sure.
Oh no! I did get a pint. I did get a pint of Guinness tonight for $9 because they mischarged me. So I was not complaining when it should have been $12. So that's all right.
Steve Banks, I'm only going to have to half go for Mick now. Only half. Good luck, Mr. Hayes out there. Good luck to all the drivers tonight. It's going to be a challenge. We are sitting with 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 drivers, which is awesome. It's always a good night tonight to have. Tuesday night's full of action. I just can't get over the action level. Brad Wall's back again. He's made that 4 in a row, which is good to see. Mr. Martin is getting some consistent lap times too. Jace Douglas has got himself in the 3rd place with a 2:20.231. That's looking pretty good. Troy's still the only one popped under that 19.
Davis is really the only one. I think maybe Jace could do it, but I think Davis is maybe the one who can challenge it.
Jaron Williams and Scott Lefebvre are both sitting on full greens at the moment. Oh, Scott's just dropped an orange. Jared's got himself four greens at the moment. This is looking good.
Well, Mick Clifton's just gone purple in the 2nd, so we'll see the end of Jared's lap, and then we'll check out Mick's. Because I actually do think that orange sectors may also mean that it is like an off-track sector. Because Scott actually hasn't set a time yet, so unless it's keeping his previous best sectors, because I don't think Jared's is actually counted either. On board now with Mick up towards Blanchimont. We'll We'll see if his lap is actually going to count with that middle sector orange. Very, very easy to get off tracks around here, Synchro course. You run it just a little bit too wide, like there. That's probably an off track for Mick, so this lap may not even count. You can easily get an off track. Yeah, he has. He's had to pull it up and just reset. So very, very easy to get an off track around here. Just a little bit too wide, it can cost you.
Yeah, it really sucks. It's a very long lap, and you make that one mistake, and you're gone. I've just seen Brett Taylor pull up mistake. Craig Healy just got off track as well. So, you know, we've only really got everyone's done a banker, and they're all trying to get a better lap now. Yeah. Josh King and Sean Smith haven't set one just yet. Neither has Jared Williams.
Yeah, Di Feldman's currently the last one to do so.
Yeah. Andrew Rushworth, 222, 5222.
A lot of twos in there.
Yeah, a lot of twos in there.
Including an upside down one for a 5. Watching Sean Vandermeulen and Michael Quash at the moment on the double view, so we can see how they are attacking their laps at the moment. Sean's been one of those real consistent sort of drivers in that split, in the split 2 area of things, Singer. But I did have a brainwave before, and it's something that we can discuss in the back end. We've previously discussed the decision to call it split 1 and split 2. What if we just call it Super 2 and Super 3?
Well, the thing is, nothing's really changed. I don't know why I changed the wording. I think it's because in admin we just started talking split 1, split 2. Sunday night's still the pro night, but it's just open. It's just no assist, no nothing.
Yeah,
it's completely pro. This could have stayed as pro-am and am. It really could have. It actually would look better on the trophy as pro-am and am rather than split 1, split 2. So I think next season we'll just change it back to what we had it.
Yeah.
Just makes sense.
It does. Although pro-am and am was always such a tongue twister to say.
Yeah, it is.
From time to time, yeah. which is why I kind of put forward Super 2 and Super 3.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's Supercars.
Too many syllables, man. Too many syllables. Wasted syllables, man. Wasted oxygen.
Oh, it's just S2, S3, whatever it is.
Mate, hey, Scotty Weston's sitting up in 6th place, mate. Maybe it could be Scotty's night to shine too.
Maybe it is. You know, he's really been teetering on the edge of pushing up the order or hanging up out the back. I mean, he's a bit wishy-washy, like a washing machine sometimes. He's always on a bit of a spin cycle. And maybe he's got maybe he's got it weighted properly tonight that it is actually going to drain properly, and he is actually able to get it up the front end of town and get a cheeky podium for himself. Even a top 5, I think, would be a bonus for Scotty Weston in the East-West racing machine. So we'll see what he does though in this race. He crosses the line. Should be starting at a live lap. Now, as we often mention, since it is a normal round tonight, they will be able to finish their laps past the 15 minutes. So this will be Scotty Weston's final lap. I hope that's not his real rego on the back of his car. I've just noticed a Western Australian number plate on the back of his car. I hope that's not his real one, because if he does something wrong on track and the other person's from WA, they may go looking for him.
Hunting you down, boy.
Jace Douglas has brought his car into pit lane, so he will no longer take part in the rest of qualifying. He can no longer set a lap. Scotty Weston's had to give it up as well. John Gallen has started a new lap with 15 seconds to go, so he will be able to get this one in as long as he can keep it clean. Same for Troy Dooley. Jamie Davis as well, as he comes up towards turn number 1, so he will get another lap, and he got him by the skin of his teeth though. He had about 5 seconds to go before he started this lap sinker, so it's going to be all or nothing for Jamie Davis to get it into pole position. He is still on the front row of the grid at the moment, but he could easily be dropped by John Gallen, Billy Mole, even the likes of Vandermeulen or Clifton, or even Quashi too, who's on the other screen at the moment. So,
on the right-hand side, looking down the mountain, looking down towards them on this track.
It's next to the pit wall.
Yeah. Oh, next to the pit wall, so it's the inside line.
Yeah, it's the inside line for turn 1.
Looking at them from the bottom of the hill, looking up at them, he'll be on the left-hand side at the moment, second place.
So it won't be...
Mole, look at this.
Oh, Mole's gone P2.
Gone. 219, 851. Well done.
It's got to be all or nothing now for Davis. He has to get this lap in. And he hopes to start on the front row of the grid.
He's fighting that steering wheel. Did you see the way he's coming through that setup?
He has a green in the first sector, green in the second, so he is going personal best at the moment. He needs to keep this second sector clear. I think he might be okay on an off track at the moment at No Name. That's definitely going to be all over and done with, though. and unfortunately
Just
for
a
Jamie,
little bit out there.
He was
At the end of the
pushing
day,
it.
he left as much out there as he could.
That's it, and he is currently on the second row of the grid still, so still a good starting position. So the where they'll be gridding up, Singer, because it is the Grand Prix circuit, they'll be gridding up on the F1 start straight, and P1 is next to the pit wall before what is regular turn 1. So not the endurance pit straight, which looks up to Eau Rouge and Radion, just the regular bog standard start finish straight.
A little bit too wide, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Just sent it a little bit too hard. Hazy's going to be the last one to finish a lap here. He's gone personal best in the second sector. That might ruin it, though it has. He's had to pull it up, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, bugger.
Which is a shame.
That sucks.
For
That
him.
last quarter is a tricky one, too. That's we've seen many a good drivers spin at that corner.
Yeah.
And, I think we saw, who was it? It was one of the top drivers. I can't remember now. I'm having mental flashes. Don't worry about it.
So we wait for the timer to expire. Then we can get into our starting grid for tonight's race. It'll be a one race.
Which is awesome.
Yep, 60 minutes around Spa. A lot of opportunities for safety cars, but also a lot of opportunity for drivers to get into their groove and get into their rhythm as well. So I think if we're going to get safety cars, it's going to be early in the race. I don't think it's going to be in the middle of the piece. I think it will be early. We may get a late break for one. We will see. But I don't think it's in the cards for a late safety car tonight, Sinky, to be honest with you, unfortunately. I think it's all going to be early doors.
Yeah. The camera is focused on Mr. Michael Quash, being that he's in the 14th position. I thought I'd keep it somewhere around there. Gives us a bit of a look at
things.
right in the thick of things. This is where the boys are going to be battling for that concertina effect as they're coming to Radion as it starts to condense. And up to Rouge at the top, and the boys are going to be watching out.
You've gotten them mixed up there, Sinker.
Oh, okay.
It's Eau Rouge at the bottom,
Eau Rouge,
Radion at the
Radion.
top. Yep.
Yeah, when they come up to the top, that opened area, they've got to be careful where it condenses and starts going to the left, that they don't get off track, because then they're going to be after getting a slowdown, and that's one of the things. If anything's going to cost an incident, because it's going to bottleneck across there.
No, that's right. Starting grid for tonight's race, though, as follows for round 4 of Season 3 of 2024. It will be Troy Dooley starting ahead of Billy Mole on the front row of the grid. I cannot remember the last time that neither Jamie Davis or John Gallen were on the front row for a Tuesday night race. I'd have to look back at the stats on that one. Jace Douglas then starts 4th, with John Gallen and Scott Weston in 5th and 6th. Andrew Cowan and Sean Vandermeulen will start P7 and P8 ahead of Mick Clifton and Stephen Martin. To make up the top 10 on the grid, Brad Wall, Brett Taylor will then start in behind. That's a good qualifying from Brett. He is going the right way about getting the top 10. Jacob Traynor and Michael Quash then start alongside each other, ahead of Peter Pavlovic and Scott Leberfair. Brett Douglas, Craig Healy in behind, with Andrew Rushworth and Brad Hayes making up the top 20. Martin Lipsky, Shane Patterson, Jared Williams and Di Feldman will be in behind them as we then move back to good old Tyson McAvoy, our race controller, ahead of some drivers who didn't set times, and Sean Smith and Josh King in this session. Greg Leake, Adam Hughes, our other race controllers. In this
grids.
Quite
That's
possibly.
why they hadn't done the qualies, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, Steph. Thanks for the support, love.
So, of course, Dooley, our pole position winner. He will start from pole in this race for Performance Sim Racing. It's all going to be about maximising the start, trying to hold that inside line at turn 1 and trying to hold the lead up through Eau Rouge and Radion, but he may lose it down at the chicane thanks to the tow through the Kemmel Straight, but it may also be saved by some slowdowns as well. So we'll see if it's all going to pay off for him in the piece here tonight.
Love this camera. I reckon it just gives the boys that bit of show. It's well worth getting the pole position to get your sponsors on cam and give them a really big plug.
You get a nice close-up view of the car. See all the little details that some designers put into them. You know, they it's good that they look good from a distance, Sinker, but if they look good up close, we love those little minor details, don't we?
Yes, we do. Very much so.
So Dooley will have that pole position slot in hand. It'll be Billy Mole alongside him of Nova Sim Sports. The driver that we both agree on, Sinker, is Well, both the drivers that we said were up for
Sorry,
big moments
I'm
this
laughing.
season. All right, Tyson.
I'm listening at the conversation on the track right now, and John Gallen's going, see, he goes, I've had clean 9 races, and I haven't had any points to get back. Could I have some bonus points for my racing? I love these boys.
Absolute crack up.
Oh,
Well,
good,
we're gonna get the lights up in a second. Mole and Dooley, the 2 drivers that we agree are on the rise this season, and they're on the cusp of glory here in the Tuesday Supercar Series. They will ballot out towards down towards turn 1, if I can get my words out correctly. Lights are up. Let's go racing for Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Who's going to get the jump down towards 1 with Davis and Gallen Logan in behind? Mole has bogged it up off the start line down towards turn number 1. Douglas is going to try and take advantage, as well as Davis, as they come through for the first time.
Done well. Douglas got off beautifully through there. They've got through cleanly as well, even the back boys.
As they trickle the way through, it's going to be 2 wide in towards Eau Rouge. Who's going to give Davis and Mole are 2 wide up through Eau Rouge? Mole gets P2 back on the road up through Radion. Now they come. Dooley takes the lead. Mole back into P2. Davis slots in behind into P3, and Douglas now hopes to get the toe down the Kemmel Straight up towards the chicane. They've had a nice clean start here, Sinker. I don't think we've had any major accidents happening just yet.
3 wide. Gallen, Cowie. Who's the other one? They're boys. Oh my God! These guys just scare the crap out of me. The TMX car going with Peter Pav at the back end as well, going wider than I think it's Rushcliffe and one of the I think that's Craig Healy coming through. No, Quashi and Craig Healy. Mate, no safety car, no incident, no slowdown. These boys are up there and ready to go.
Well, Troy Dooley leads from the front at the moment to Billy Mole, Jace Douglas, Jamie Davis, Andrew Cowan, John Gallen, Scott Weston. That is the top 7, all split 1 drivers, split 2. The top 3 are inside the top 10 for Stephen Martin, Sean Vandermeulen, and Mick Clifton. Martin pipped them both off the line to take the lead for that class. They all remain inside the top 10, though, with Brad Wall, Jacob Traynor, and Brett Taylor hot on their tails for the win of split 2 here tonight, but there's still a lot of racing to go. We've still got 58 minutes and change left in this race, and plenty of laps to be run. And all pressure's on the leaders at the moment, but they just have to get a clean run in this thing, Singer, if they want to take advantage.
Yeah, 100%. I'll tell you what, Jace Douglas got a really good start and got off the block straight away. He was lucky not to gain an extra position from where he was, but he's sitting pretty. The front 4 boys are already pulled away 1 second on Andrew Cowan in 5th place, so they've already broken the toe. They're at 1.32 now, so by the time they finish their first lap, they'll be breaking the toe big time.
Gallen trying to put some pressure on Cowie now through the final chicane. Couldn't quite get the move done. Look at the pack in behind the top 4. All of them are in this thing. Gallen, Cowan, Weston, they head this battle up with Martin Vandermeulen and Wall battling in behind for the podium as Traynor's trying to get a move done here on the inside at 1. Gets the move. He's now up onto the podium for the split 2 field right now. But as they come up through Eau Rouge and Radion, you always have to have your fingers crossed that we're going to get through cleanly, which it looks like they have done at the front end of town. But whether the big pack can do it, that's another question to be answered, as Traynor may cop himself a slowdown because he's just crossed the curb there on the inside of Radion.
May get a slowdown. Cowie and Gallen are sitting in 5th and 7th. Gallen's in 5th. Cowie's dropping down 2 places. Scotty Weston's made a move on there and got themselves up 2 places. He's done a great job. Oh, Cowie, 3 wide. Geez, the boys are taking liberties there. A fair few wide going. Take a bit of risk.
Yeah, they are on board now with Cowie down in towards the long right-hander. He's on the inside of Weston. Needs to be careful not to hop that curb.
We've got contact.
Or Traynor's around in the background.
I don't know who it was. They've managed to get through and around the corner. It nearly got hairy. 1 nearly rotated.
Might have been Michael Quash. And you've got focused on a little bit further up ahead. So the mid-pack is starting to heat up at the moment.
Peter Pav's doing a great job. He's doing a few passes everywhere. He's actually got 4 places up at this point.
He's done exceptionally well in the early portion of this race. He's up 4 positions. Biggest gainer so far is Josh King. He's up 5. Martin's also up 4 inside the top 6. He's managed to...
just pulled out an incident.
Okay, we'll see what that has to do with. It's Martin and Rushworth have
What corner
themselves...
it was that too.
That might
Anyway,
have
the
been
boys
the
have pulled down nicely now. The whole grid is still full yellow and orange all the way through. Some mega battles going. Quasha and Trainer are like 2/10 back. You can see there Brad Wall is ducking in and out behind Peter Pav at the moment. They've got back in the day when Brad was racing regularly, he was very fast there. Oh, Brad and Quashi's hooked up together. They've both managed to get around there. That could have got messy real quick.
Oh, they are so lucky they're able to pull that off. Just a little bit of overlap almost causes disaster. Luckily, though, Quashi had the wherewithal to back out of it and just let Walsh straighten himself up. They keep going. I don't think there was much in that one, Singer. Just a little bit of... they were just having a bit of a cuddle through the final corner. That's all it was.
Could have leaned on each other for support. That's all. Yeah. Jacob Trainer is dropped off the back of Peter Pav. He's got a 1.4 gap now, and I think the other gap as well is Shane Patterson. He's dropped off Healy. So now we're starting to develop 3 battle packs all the way through.
I just noticed you need to update your trading paint, Singer, because your driver does not have his car on, or his livery on his car. But he does for me.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, this was Martin Lipsky at turn 1. Just got himself a little bit unweighted. Yeah, I will. The battle is continuing on in this mid-pack right now. Got a further battle a little bit back with Pato. He's got King on the back of him. He's had a fantastic start. King's up 7 positions in this race. Looking to take some more. He's now inside the top 20. He's in P20 and looking to get into the teens as that big battle pack is really threatening to blow up here, Sinker, if these guys aren't careful, because they are super, super tight. But they're all getting into their little duo battle packs at the moment in amongst it. So, like Pavlovich and Clifton, Cowan, Vandermeulen, you look at Quash and Traynor, then you've got Wall and Healy in behind. So they've all got their own little 1v1s going in amongst this giant train that are following each other around in towards the 4th and 5th sectors.
Yeah, there was no further action than one with Brett Taylor and someone else, so that was good to go. How is that looking, mate? Just did a quick refresh.
No, it's still on there. Did you actually close and reopen your TP?
Yeah.
Interesting. Maybe try Control R on your end. See if that fixes it. It should make all the cars go white, and then their paints will start to reload
exactly.
in. Yeah,
exactly. The boys have done really well. I'm actually quite impressed. No one's really banged everything up. There's been a little bit of contact here and there, so everyone's played a little bit safe. I know it's a big long race. Jamie Davis is playing on the edge of Jason Douglas here. He's going in and out of tow at the moment. He's back under a second. He was well above a second, but those 4 boys have pulled away from John Gallen and Steve Martin. So interesting to see if Gallen's playing the fuel saving game, and maybe Javid Davis to a point as well. But Javi's last lap was actually the fastest out of the top 5.
Yeah, he's kind of on that ragged edge of his saving, but he's also doing some consistent clean laps. Yeah. That's leading to good lap times at the moment. He's getting that little bit of tow from Douglas ahead, so it gives him the pace down the straights. Probably just allows him just to clutch in at the end and save that little bit of fuel in the car as well. So we'll see how it plays off, though, in the pit stop periods later in this race. We expect 2 stops as normal on a normal round, Sinker. So probably around about the 20 and 40 minute mark would be the regular call for a pit stop in this race, I would think.
Yeah. I'm just doing another reboot of it because it's still got a couple of cars missing their colours. But anyway, that's no big deal. People don't even really notice it sometimes. The biggest mover so far is Josh King, up 8 places. So he's doing really well back there, Joshy. Here we go. Shane Patterson's calling in something at the moment.
Yeah, he's just had an off track in the background as Billy Mole and Douglas are also getting themselves some off track. So we'll see what's happening with Pato.
Lap 4. Anyway, the looks like they're all looking good except for Kwashi's car has disappeared on us. He's looking white, but no, he's back normally. Excellent. It's reset itself nicely.
Very good.
Laura's got
So that's what happened to Pato just quickly from, I believe, Sean Smith. So that's what he would have been calling in. He looks to have been turned around on the back straight.
He got a bit of extra love on the back straight.
Yep, he had a helping hand in that one. He's back on board with his teammate Billy Mole in P2 on the road at the moment, and that right there, that was Mick Clifton, and I think he may have had something to do with Bradley Wall. So he's in behind Andrew Cowan up towards the final chicane. He's ducking in and out of positions.
That's got a bit of damage on his front end. He's just out of shot at the moment behind the team. Mick.
Okay, so Clifton did it on his own. He held brakes. Wall had nowhere to go.
Oh, and poor Brad's come around the corner. Oh, and he's going rear-ended as well.
Yeah, that was from...
Billy Mole?
No, it wasn't Billy Mole. I think it might have been Brett Taylor or Brett Douglas, possibly. I believe off the back of that one. We'll check their cars. So there's Mole. Yeah, it was unfortunately Brett Douglas. So Brett Taylor's teammate has copped a bit of damage on the front of his car.
Yeah, it's boys are calling it in, but there's nothing you can do, mate. There's a stationary vehicle there. It's like,
where's
it's
he going
right in the
to
middle.
go?
You can't do anything about it. Yeah.
Where is he going to go? Like, he's holding his brakes. He's doing the right thing.
Yeah, yeah.
If he moves and you hit him, then fair enough. But he's got his foot planted. He can't go.
Yeah, exactly. It was just bump, 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 one into each other all the way through. Boys doing well now. Let's see fuel strats and everything like that. Davis is now 16th, so he's caught up to these boys. Oh, safety car's been called.
Interesting.
Safety car's been
Let's
called.
see why.
Safety car has been called.
The safety car's been called. Where is Mick? Or is it Brad, maybe? So, oh, well then.
We have a car on its side.
And that
It
right
is a
there,
Mustang?
that right there.
Is that Brad Wall?
No, that right there is Scott Weston.
Ah, Scotty. After we mentioned he's having a good run.
I know. we put the moz on him a little bit. So we'll get the replay happening of why this has happened to Scott Weston on the side of the track up at Radion. So Vandermeulen passed him. Okay, so let's see if this will give us an answer. We may have to do a bit of a rewind.
Okay,
let's see.
That was my rewind.
That's fine. There he is. Oh, he was blinking hard. So he disappears. When does he reappear? Just on his side at Radion.
That's a long way to go, mate, to reappear.
He's still not there. Oh, there he is. Oh, so he blinked across the track, and I think he's been collected by somebody. And then there he is on his side. So unfortunately,
he's literally disappeared for ages. And then all of a sudden he's on the middle of the track.
Yeah, he's so what I think's happened. So obviously he's blinked, and then he's actually just like ended up hitting the wall at Radion, as majority of the cars are now into pit lane. Dooley has stayed out though. So yeah, I think what's happened is he's blinked out. He's hit the wall at Radion. He's across the track in non-existence.
Who's hit him? Can you get the cockpit view of who hit him?
I don't know. It kind of all just happened.
Yep, everyone's. There's a lot of boys have pitted. So we've got a whole heap of guys that have jumped through the pits. Down from Steve Martin from 12th all the way down have jumped to the pits. Actually, John Gallen has as well. Josh Kinn's up 18 places now. He's done real well. He stayed out, but all the front guys have stayed out. Dooley, Mole, Douglas, Davis, Vandermeulen, Cowan, Trainer, Quash, King, all have stayed out.
Could be a race-breaking moment for them. They've probably gained about 10 minutes on this stint now, so they probably could go to lap 30 and then, oh, not lap 30, the 30th minute, do a stop. Oh, but nah, then they'd probably, they'd have to do another, they'd have to do another lap, like another pit stop still at that point because of the offset. So, I mean, it's good to take some free fuel, but I don't know how that's going to play out for them. We will see. We'll see, but I think they have to commit to a 3-stop now. The front cars are committing to their 2-stop strategy as per usual. I suppose it does actually open it up, though, that they don't have to fuel save. They can just push on now and do 2 regular stops, where the other cars have to fuel save to get, the most out of a 2-stopper. We'll
yeah,
see.
correct. It's an early pit stop, but it could change. It could be another pit. There could be another safety car as well at this point. It's taken us 15 minutes to get one.
I'd just like to point out, Sinker, this is the second time this season you've called 0 safety cars, and we've had a safety car in the first 10 laps.
Maybe it's mine was.
Maybe. Zoe Cooper in the chat saying, let's go Sean Vandermillen. He's doing very well at the moment. He's up into P5 and leading the split 2 field. He's got his closest competitor is Jacob Traynor in P7, P2 in class, then Michael Quash, P8, P3 in class. At the moment, so all the top 3 for split 2 are in the top 10. The top 3 for split 1 is Troy Dooley, Billy Mole, and Jason Douglas, with Jamie Davis hot on their heels. At the moment, Andrew Cowan's in the top 5 for the class, but P6 on the road. And as Sinker mentioned, the highest seeded driver to have taken a pit stop is John Gallen. So this could be a race-winning move from Gallen, or it could also be a race-losing move from Gallen. But he hasn't given up too many spots, Sinker. He's only given up probably, 4 spots from where he was when he first came in?
Oh, he's given nothing up, mate, because it's still a provisional position. These boys are going to have to pit at some point. It just depends whether he's going to pit an extra time or not.
Yeah.
At the moment, these guys are going through. If they safety car will go in after this break, after this one, but it's going at the pace they're doing. All right, he's moving away from the field. So safety car's going in, so they're going to go for it now. That last lap was a 2:27 roughly, 2.5 minutes. So. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to these strats. That's going to be an interesting bit. Yep.
It'll be incredibly close, incredibly tight for them. Safety cars in pit lane. Troy Dooley will have control of the field ahead of Billy Mole and Jason Douglas. He has gone off the exit of the final corner, and we are green once again. We'll see how long we last under green flag conditions. Sinker, we lasted about 10 minutes. And then Scotty Weston, who unfortunately he has had a blinking problem in the past, and unfortunately it's come back to bite him once again, and unfortunately that has taken him out of right contention. This race is a lap down or 2 laps down, and we'll need 2 more safety cars to get back on the lead lap, and even then he'd be last place on the grid.
Yeah, boys are doing real well, nice and clean. Troy's done well to get away, but that's 3/10 here. Let's see if that 3/10 is enough to keep Billy Mole off him, and if this was Darren Lobby, would be on the inside. Yep, keep going. Lobby would be on the inside here, going side by side, and already getting the job done. But safety.
He's just covering the line. He's covering that line of Martin and others. He wants to hold this P10. I mean, he's up 17 spots. He hasn't taken a pit stop, so he's taken the track position over the pit stop.
Yep.
It could pay off for him. Steph, there are other reasons as well for him actually blinking like that too. I know one of my teammates, he has some bad blinking issues. It's not always his internet. His computer can actually overheat, and that can then cause him to blink on track as well because of his processing. And so that sort of stuff can happen as well.
It
doesn't help that Scott is in Perth either, like in WA, and having to connect to a lot more drivers who are on the eastern coast. On the western coast, I should say. No, eastern coast. I was right the first time. My brain's gone, Sinker. I don't know about you. My brain is actually gone.
I'm just watching Jacob Traynor at the moment on the bottom screen. He's got Quashi behind him, and these boys look like they've taken a bit of pace out of their racing at the moment. They're I don't know. It just doesn't seem like they're going full pace at this point. That whole safety car lap was like 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah, those guys will be fuel saving. I think those guys are definitely fuel saving right now.
Yeah.
And that's the teetering point that we're at, is was it more beneficial for drivers to come in, take 10 minutes of free fuel so they don't have to fuel save, or was it better for them to keep the track position, stay out on track and fuel save for the rest of the race? But we're only really going to get those answers by the time of probably the last pit stop.
Yeah, we will know in
about 30 minutes time or so when the last pit stop happens.
About 30 minutes time when they're running out of fuel and going.
That's right.
Oh, one of my boys has just gone out wide. That's Traynor. Josh King's gone out wide. Di Feldman's followed him, and so is Sean Smith. these two here are sitting side by side, very close. Good old Kwashi and Gallen. They've pretty much been following each other for the last 2 laps since the safety car's gone in. But the boys behind them are slowly catching them up as well. Kwashi's quite happy to sit behind him in fuel save.
He is indeed. I just noticed as well, Shane Patterson and Jared Williams have had an incident down at turn 1. What's happened? Oh, Williams has spun it round. Oh, and he hasn't held brakes.
Oh, that was lucky, man.
Yeah,
that was so lucky.
That might be a penalty coming Jared's way if Pato calls that in, because he's just pulled straight across in front of him.
It'll be a warning.
Yeah.
It'll be a warning because he was lucky there's no contact. Contact, he would have been straight in for a drive-through.
Yeah.
He was very, very lucky.
Probably came off. Yeah, I'd say he's come off. I mean, both of them have come off pretty lucky there, and Pato was at least nice and patient on board with the race, trying to fight from the back of the field about P23. He's had some consistent runs so far across all of his Supercars racing. He's just yet to really grab that brass ring and climb up the order, but joined Nova Sim Sports this season out of formerly Old Mate and Sons. We'll see if this is going to be a beneficial move for him alongside the American Stacey Boyd. They both moved to that team together from Old Mate and Sons. And, well, it's working out for Stacey at the moment, Sinker. It's whether Pato's going to decide to follow him and start moving up the order a little bit.
Yeah, well, the one that's made up the has benefited most from the safety car has been Sean van der Meulen. He's actually got on the back of Jamie Davis from the safety car start and stuck with him. So he's done a smart thing. He's not fueled. He's followed those guys and he's stuck to them, which is a key. Now Andrew Cowan is nearly 2 seconds off them, and he hasn't pitted. That's going to cost him in his strategy. Those 2 seconds when he comes in and out, depending on how much fuel he's going to get, is going to be costly. Well, whereas Van der Meulen, he's up there, got himself in a good position. If something goes wrong in the top 5, he's ready to snap on it.
I expect these guys probably to come in the next 3 or so minutes, seeing as they did have the safety car to save a bit of juice in the car. And they've been saving throughout the race as well. And the biggest gainer out of all this is probably John Gallen. He's already back up in the P8 on the road with a pit stop, so he has the extra fuel in the car. He will still need to take 2 pit stops, but he won't need to crucially fuel save in this race. He crosses over the top of Radion, so he could be a smoky right now to take that top step based on strategy, but again, we don't know how it's going to play out until that last pit stop happens, because, well, it's all up in the air at the moment. Half the field's gone for one thing and the top 10's gone for another.
All these boys make another 3 laps. Another 3 laps will get him close to the halfway point.
That's right. So, I mean, it's also whether they can go to halfway, pit, and then make it home as well. If they can do that, then they're laughing. You know, they don't necessarily need to. You know, they need a fuel save in the last stint, but are they giving up too much time in that? I don't know. It's going to be tough. It really is. It's going to come down to if they need the 2-stop or if they can do it in a 1.
Yeah, 100%. Troy Dooley's doing a great job leading up front. He's gone from the get-go, and I think this has been the longest I've seen him lead a race for ever. So to be pushing out front like this is exceptional.
Well,
and Billy Mole is just sitting there.
He is, and I don't think Troy's lost the lead at any point, has he? He's led every lap.
No, not tonight. He hasn't. No, not at all.
So
no,
he's
maintained it.
Blinder.
Yeah, we've missed out on Gerard Cifuentes this season because of work, and he had the mantle of the cap for these boys, but Troy's taken it on his chin and
well, we also
leading the way as the lead driver at the moment.
We also have as well, Troy can't race every week. He works FIFO, so he has to make the most of when he can race. And, well, if on his off week he can get a win, that'd be one hell of a brag to go back to the mines or wherever he might be working, fly in, fly out, and to say, hey, while I was away, I won a race.
Exactly. I've got Di Feldman. She's got a bit of pressure there from Brett Taylor, Brett Douglas, and Scott Lefebvre.
Yeah.
Yep. And these boys are hounding her, following her really close. Like Taylor's been popping in the mirrors left and right. He's having a bit of a look now, just to give her a bit of a scare. But Di's done really well. She got the better. I don't know what that move there was by Brett trying to put it there. It was made his corner so shallow. And look how much pace he lost off her then. He was like 2/10. He went down to about 3.5 tenths then.
Well, just quickly, Jace Douglas has taken P2 from Billy Mole down the Kemmel Straight. As Jacob Traynor is struggling with off tracks in the background, he's just trying to get this thing planted at the moment. This is how it's worked out for him through the chicane. He's actually having to pull the car over for whatever reason, possibly a slowdown sinker. But he had a big old lock through the chicane, big old cross track. And that's a massive slowdown that is going to see him possibly fall outside the top 10, or at least on the bubble of it. He did have the wherewithal, though, to commit to the slowdown off the racing line.
Yeah, he's learnt that one.
Although,
and did you like his re-exit? He's followed the F1 rule and he'd gone all the way to the wall for the exit back onto the track.
I would say, though, he probably didn't need to slow down that much for the slowdown. I mean, he can commit to it probably through the next 3 corners, but he's done a good job. He's let them go. He hasn't really lost too much time. He's only really lost, what, P7 on the road?
Yeah.
So he's still within the hunt. He's within the top 10, and he's right on the back of Kwashi.
Putting a lot of pressure on. These boys in the bottom screen and Lady are having a great old tussle. Actually, teammates. Are they teammates, Brett Douglas and...
Brett Douglas and Brett Taylor are, yes.
Brett Taylor?
Yes.
They're actually racing each other, because I've seen them swap positions a fair bit. Or not positions, but angles are trying to pass through. Oh, he looks like that's... Smith's having an inside look on Douglas. He's got it done. Yep.
I was going to say... they've also got their other teammate in Scott Lebefair in that battle as well, as they're getting a bit feisty up towards Blanchard.
They are getting a bit feisty.
Oh, they're banging doors, Brad Hayes and Scott Lebefair. He gets it done on him, though.
Oh, Di's got a bit of pressure here. She's got the outside line, inside line covered. Will she be able to get it over and under it? Done really well. Well done. Good control there from Di.
Yeah, she's done well to hold this position. Could this be a breakout race for Di Feldman, the huge rallycross fan and dirt road fan on iRacing? There goes Schmidt down the inside of Taylor and of Feldman. He's made up 2 spots in one corner. On board now with Taylor for the drag race up towards Eau Rouge. He may have to back out of it, though, just to let Schmidt through. They're too wide on entry, but they slot back into position up towards Radion as Taylor tries to cover the line from Feldman. Oh,
that was so close. Di was lucky she was already on the way out there. Otherwise, she would have got cleaned up nicely.
Oh, my God.
And that would have taken that whole group of 6 cars would have been in pieces right now. I've got Mickey Clifton and Brad Wall having a great little fight on the bottom screen, mate. Brad's all over the back of him. His lovely wife-to-be requested a view.
Well, at the moment, this battle is on. There's a couple of slowdowns for Hayes, and I believe Scott Lebefair as well. They've had to let Taylor and Feldman through. Feldman, though, nearly got absolutely bodied into the wall by Brett Taylor at Radion. And it was just him trying to save himself from getting a slowdown sinker. He had to try and get it onto the track.
Well, the car becomes so light across that point where it's it's going up, and all of a sudden it just flattens out. And if you're already not on the line you want to be, and you're trying to turn on that particular point, that's when the car gets all squirrely.
Well, looking off the back of Taylor's car, he started to build a little bit of a gap here over Di Feldman, who has got Brad Hayes all over her right now. As they continue these battles on for the rest of this race. The iDrive sim entry, of course, of Feldman. Hayes, the recent new member of Team Apex, of course. Formerly a bit of a privateer.
You die?
No, Brad.
Oh, okay, yep.
Of course, he joined Apex this season. Benny Parkinshaw saying go the Nova lads as Kwashi brings his car into pit lane. So he's the first of the non-safety car pitters to jump in. He could not save enough fuel to get to the half-an-hour mark, but Dooley is absolutely rocking and rolling at the front of the field ahead of Douglas and Mole. Hayes has had an incident on the final corner. As I clicked off the battle, he's had a moment. So we'll get the replay happening of how this has occurred.
He's left some nice 11s there.
He has indeed some Chinese 11s as good old Clarkson would say. So what's he done? Oh, he's tried. Oh, so Feldman's wanted to go in, and he's just tried to spin it through. And
he was so lucky.
He was.
He just got split left and right then. Yep. Damn. I don't know, Matty Parker. Are you working night? You're working night shift, and you're on your phone. Are you allowed to be on your phone? Is that part of your MBA?
He might be on his break.
He might be on his break. True.
Yeah. I tell you what, Jace Douglas
Brett
has done well
Taylor.
to get this P2 just quickly ahead of Billy Mole. He's done
These
exceptional.
boys up front have still not done their pits, and as I predicted, lap 12 is the one they're going through. I reckon they're going to make the halfway mark, mate. They're now at 29.37. If they make the halfway mark, they've made this into a one pit stop.
Which we haven't seen before. We've seen from the likes of Crosby and Cowan back at Mugello earlier in the year. So if they can pull this off, it'll be one hell of a run. They are going to hit the half an hour mark. So, but would that be because of the safety car, Sinker?
Yeah,
That's
only,
the question.
Yeah, 100%. You're looking at 2 laps. I think it's 2 laps with 4.5 minutes worth a lap. So the first lap was only just over about 2.5 minutes, and the final lap of the safety car was 4.3, whatever it is, 4.5 seconds. Here we go. They're in. Troy Dooley, Jason Douglas, Billy Mole. Sean Van der Meulen passed Jamie at that point, at some point as well. Jamie stayed out. Oh, is he going to be able to make time on this? I'm going to have to leave my camera on Jamie. And let's see if he can make this work for himself when he goes in the pits.
Well, what the question is now is how much can John Gallen gain on them? Because he's got some tow from Cowie. He's got 10 minutes worth of extra fuel on board, possibly even more. Can this be a race-winning scenario now for the Pacific Esports racing driver of John Gallen, who's taken so many victories on the Tuesday nights? Is it yet another one for the Pelicans Trophy cabinet, or is it going to be a race-losing gamble by the New South Wales base team?
He's going to have to pit in 12 minutes.
Yeah.
He's going to have to pit in around the 15-minute mark. So I'm not sure how this is going to work for him,
But then,
to be honest.
but then the question is, does Dooley need a pit? You know, does Davis need a pit as well? I mean, Davis has managed to go an extra lap from his earlier fuel saving. He's got Cowie in behind him. Where has Dooley come in? He's come out back in P13. And yeah, the only cars ahead of him who have not pit is Jamie Davis and Andrew Cowan. So both of them have gone the extra lap.
Yep. Cowan's done really good to get himself up to Jamie there too. He's at 1 second. Jamie's really clutching it in here.
He is.
I don't. Is he spluttering yet or what?
That wiggle then, I guarantee, was from him coming off the clutch into the corner in the car, just automatically getting back on slight throttle.
Yep. He'll have to pit this next one. I'm not sure his lap pace in this final lap isn't going to be that flash. That might cost him some time.
How much time did Troy lose to Jamie? So he's lost about 30 seconds. That's about right for a 53.7 lane travel. 26-second pit stop, yeah. So that means that John Gallen, who will be able to take less fuel in his car to get home. John may be able to pit this.
Both in.
Yeah, they're in.
Here we go.
So Gallen.
Here we go.
I want to put
Let's
a scenario
see where
to
they
you.
come out.
I want to put a scenario to you, Singer. Gallen could pit and could actually remain ahead of these drivers based on the fact he's going to be able to take a shorter second pit stop and the gap that he already has over them, and it could be growing whilst they're having a fuel save.
Oh, well, let's see. Well, these boys now that are coming out, well, Gallen's got the fuel save as well, but these boys, they've gone in at 33-minute mark. There's no fuel saving there. They'll be going flat stick. They'll have 26 minutes of flat stick racing. So where are they coming around? Is that Trainer coming?
That's Troy coming around now, the first corner.
Troy
So he has gained
now.
on Davis. So is Douglas, so is Mole.
Yep.
Davis is still stationary. He's losing out
Yep,
massively
he's
right
now.
now. Where's Hayes?
Yeah, I think that last lap was way too slow for him.
Quash has even got him. Oh no, they've come out of the exit ahead of them actually. What is Brad Hayes doing in the background?
I don't know what he's doing. That was an unusual line.
That was very interesting.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
So the way we're seeing it right now is that the Troy Dooley, Jason Douglas, Billy Mole, Vanna Mullen, Shane Patterson, Jared Williams, and Jamie Davis. You've got a few guys there that are going to need a pit early. Shane Patterson. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jamie's gone in at 5th and come out at 5th. So he'll be still behind Sean Vanna Mullen where he was, because Vanna Mullen just passed him before they went into the pits. But Cowie's done well out of it. So Cowie caught on is now, if he can maintain position behind Jamie Davis and not lose the toe, Cowie will get himself into 7th position or 6th position when everyone's done their pit cycles.
Well, it's going to be very... Yeah, it's not the extended, it's the short pit stop, Steph. That's right. I thought maybe they would have had enough time to actually stay ahead of Jamie through the turn 1, but they weren't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, but what an interesting strategy is at play now for a lot of these drivers. Who is going to get the benefits? Who is going to miss out on the dice roll, possibly of the century? If John Gallen coming under safety car wins him this race, Troy Dooley will be absolutely spitting it at himself for not coming in under the safety car and getting that extra 10 minutes worth of fuel into it.
Yeah, look, I'm not convinced it's going to work, to be honest. Troy Dooley's got good pace on him tonight. He's got now Brett Douglas and Brett Taylor have just gone in the pits. Billy Mole, sensational race as well tonight. Let's see when they cross the finish line of what their current lap times are at.
Dooley's still doing 20s. He's still cooking
there
with some 2-minute 20s. So
compared to Gallen at 22s, so yeah, it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be enough.
Oh, it's going to be
He's already got 26 seconds. It's going to be at least a 30-second gap. So
I think if Gallen were to do it, he'd have to come in this lap just to make sure he can come out ahead of Dooley and try and defend the position. He cannot stay out there too long, otherwise he's going to lose too much time, and then that'll be provisional lead of the race gone in a matter of moments.
If his deltas keep dropping, he's just going to be hanging himself out the dry like RB did Ricardo a few races ago.
Exactly. So he needs to come in. He pretty much has to. He can make it home from this point on a full tank.
Yep.
So he needs to come in this lap just to counteract the pace that he's already lost 4 seconds.
Well, the thing as well is if he comes in now, he won't be filling up a full tank either. So his pit stop's going to be a little bit quicker.
That's
and then
right.
maybe he can get himself amongst the mix there in the 5th and 6th place. Because if he can get out there, you look at Jamie Davis in 33 seconds and you've got Sean Vanna Mullen at 29 seconds. Right, if he comes out between them two, then he's already fighting. He's got 10 to 15 minutes, more now, 25 minutes of fighting to catch 4 places to get himself back on the podium. So
and he's in
it
the
could
toe
work
as well.
if he goes in early.
Yeah, he's in the toe as well, so he's not going to give up too much time. Fresh tyres is only going to do so much for him. Now, his tyres are 20 laps old, so maybe that's the reason why his lap times are dropping. I don't know, but it's now or never for John Gallen. He cannot give up another 4 seconds across another lap on Troy Dooley, which he's going to do because he stayed out.
Have a look at this little battle on the bottom here. It's the only battle we've got at the moment. Brad Wall and Rushworth. They've just changed places again. So they're doing really well. So Steve Martin and Mick Clifton have gone into the pits as well. So they're the first of the guys that went in at the lap 5. Sean Nesbitt's followed them in. So these are the boys that went in at lap 5 under the safety car. There is 4 of them left. John Gallen, Peter Pav, Brad Wall, and Andrew Rushworth that you can see here. So these boys on the bottom of the screen have yet to pit for their second pit to make it through to the end. Same as the front 2.
This is going to be a tough task for a lot of drivers. Are we looking at our winner right now in Troy Dooley? Brad Hayes has had an incident at the back of the field, but he's just brought it into pit lane, so he's not going to need a tow. As Dooley comes up through Radion, he's got Douglas all over his backside right now down the Kemmel Straight. There you can see the other battle a bit further ahead that we're looking at on the bottom screen between Brad Wall and Andrew Rushworth, sorry. This is what happened to Hazy. What's he done? Is it on the final corner and is it a self-spin? He's in behind Traynor. Oh, he's just run away wide.
Gone wide, yeah. He's just gone wide. He's lucky. Oh, what is he hit the pit wall?
Oh, yeah,
on the way in.
Actually, he might have done. Yeah, that's
I think he's hit the apex of the pit wall on the way in because he might get a bad pit entry there. Where is he still in there or is he out?
Let's have a look. So he has come out of pit lane. So we'll see him pop
He
through
was
the
lucky.
trees in a second.
He was lucky. Yeah, he was lucky. That could have been a bad entry then.
Oh yeah, he did too.
Right into the wall.
Oh,
nicely done. Nicely done. Nicely done.
Of course, we are live with 20 minutes to go of this race through Sight and Sound, through the SRW TV Facebook page and YouTube channel, of course. If you haven't already, please, if you're watching on Facebook, hit that follow button, hit the like button on the page as well. If you're watching over on Facebook, be sure to hit the subscribe, the like, and the bell icon so you're notified whenever we go racing. So much more action to come from round 4/round 3 for Fridays this week. Of course, we go to Donington Park tomorrow for the Super Formula Championship, brought to you by Cooler Master. Thursday, we head over to Spain for Lebanon for the 8.6s.
There they are. They're in. Next, I was about to say next lap they're going to be in.
But Gallen's still out. Wall,
Gallen's
Rushworth
still out,
are in. Of course, Friday for Legends, we go to Alton Park. GTs are at Mugello, and then we're back here at Spa for Sunday Supercars action. Got to give massive shout out to all of our series sponsors, of course, our title sponsors, Warren and Brown Tools, for their continued support on the Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Cooler Master for picking up the Wednesday support. Shannon's for continuing their Thursday support of the 8.6s as well. And then we also have to thank our other sponsors, DSL Rail Services, NeuroPower, Shunt Scenery, and Grim Industries, the home of the V8 Coffee Table, where you can find it on Prime Videos, Top Gear Australia. And they do their little interviews in the news in the studio as well. But Troy Dooley right now, is he provisional leader over John Gallen? He's got a 21-second gap up to him at the moment, and Gallen needs a pit stop.
And have a look where the boys just came out that went in with him. Where are they? Where'd they go?
So Pav's come out P11. Wall's come out P12.
P11.
Rushworth's come out P13. But they didn't have quite the same gap that John does over these guys.
Yeah, I know. But still, that's 20 seconds. Pete have had 21 seconds to 20 seconds, an average pit stop for that. And he is currently 36 seconds. 22 is Billy Mole. So like we said before, he's going to come somewhere around 50 to 60 if he comes in.
Well, this is the battle for P2 on the biggest screen between Dooley and Douglas. The other battle's between Wall and Rushworth right now. There's a bit of a closer battle further up between Clifton and Pavlovic as well inside the top 10. But this one
unfortunately, I reckon if he goes now, he's going to come out around 9th, 10th, because that's only 20 seconds on the stand. That's not the drive in and out. Even though it's not a long pit, it's probably about 30 seconds at least.
But you got to remember as well, it's not the drive. He's in now. So Gallen is in now.
Here we go. Yep.
So Dooley's coming round Blanchimont.
Gallen.
So remember, they're losing about 30 seconds in the pit stops on a 26-second stop. Dooley comes round the final chicane. Oh, there's no way he can do it. There's no way Gallen can come out ahead of him now. He's not even up on the jacks.
No. He's going to come out about 10th.
Yeah. Up towards turn 1 comes Troy Dooley. They've already passed him in the box. Where's Vandermeulen? Round the final corner now. As well as Cowan, Davis, and Quash. So he's just dropped. So I reckon he's going to come out just in behind Quashy or Davis here on the pit exit.
Yeah.
So there's Quashy. Gallen's out now. Oh no, he's going to come out right beside Vandermeulen. So there we go. He's come out P4, P5 on the road.
He's done better than I thought, actually. He did better than I thought.
Yeah, his travel would have been about 13. He's lost about 33 seconds.
Yeah.
Off his 20-second gaps, even if he'd come in earlier at 26 seconds.
Even, you know what? Vandermeulen's last lap was shocker. He did a 2:23.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
And amazingly as well, we've missed it just quickly through all this. Jason Douglas has taken the lead from Troy Dooley at what appears to be the end of the Kemmel Straight. So it was into the braking zone. tucks it up the inside at the chicane, gets the move done. Dooley says, "You're welcome, sir. I'll get some tow and save some fuel. Why don't you?"
Tell you what, that was a very patient run from Jason. It's something we haven't seen for a while. So Ray, hats off to the young fella. He's waited for the move, and he's waited till he had it done 100%, where it didn't cause a battle, where he didn't lose fuel, didn't affect his strategy, and he did it really well.
Steph, it's all right that Gallen has fresher rubber, but the problem is we've got 15 minutes left, and Douglas and Dooley have been running consistent 2-minute 20, 2-minute 21s across this stint.
Yeah.
I don't like. He has to outlap them by a second a lap, and he'll only have 2 laps to have a crack at them.
And his fastest is a 221. All right, he will have a lighter car now, he'll have fresher rubber, so he will get it down into the 20s. But will he get it down far enough in the 20s? Because these boys at the moment, 220.1 was their fastest, but their last few laps is a 221.2.
Well, he's only just come through Blanchimont, and they've just come down the main straight. So that's the gap for the top 3 and John Gallen right now. He has relatively gained across the race thanks to taking that pit stop sinker. He has actually gained some spots.
He has. He's done real well. He's done real well. I really thought that the way the guys were coming around the corner, I thought they were going to catch him out, but he's done really well.
Douglas
got pressure from Dooley there.
He does. Mole's sitting in wait right now in behind them as they come down the Camel Straight.
Well, what you see now is 1/10 gap. Oh, he's disappeared.
Oh my God, he nearly collected him when he reappeared on the road.
Who disappeared then, Mole?
That was Dooley. No, that was Dooley who had a massive...
Wow. I didn't see him clip all night, and he just did it then.
Yeah, he had it coming up towards Eau Rouge, and it happened once. So it could be similar to Western, where his computer's overheating or he's got some internet issues. Hopefully, though, Dooley's able to stick this out and not have these issues continue, because you'd hate to see him lose this over some technical difficulties for himself. I mean, he has earned an opportunity to finish on this podium right now, so he has earned this tonight.
Done really well. I'll take my hat off. We picked Billy Mole for a good race tonight, and he hasn't disappointed at all. He's done really, really well. The battle out there is settled down a little bit. Sean Valmero at the moment is our lead split 2 driver, followed by Michael Quash, 2 places behind him. So he's still got a considerable bit of work to do to get the top step for the split 2. Mick Clifton, the rock star, is in 9th, 2 places behind Michael Quash. So that's your top 3 for the split 2s. But Brad Wall, he's dropped off Martin. He's Martin and Brad Wall are too far back to put any pressure on Mick Clifton at this point.
Billy Mole has taken the lead sinker in through Blanchimont. John Gallen has gained nearly 3 seconds on them across this lap. Douglas is back down the inside at the final chicane. Is Gallen going to be able to do this? 12.5 minutes to go. He's gained 3, even 4 seconds over 1 lap. We're going to see him in the background right now. You had to go away, didn't you, SDK? That was so rude to just disappear right at that moment.
Yeah, he's done really well. These boys at the front, their lap times have dropped off. So I'm not sure because they're fighting each other or what, but they've gone through. They've gone from 221 to 224s.
Yeah, it'd be the battle right now for sure.
Yeah,
that's costing them. They have started to spread out just a little bit. So we'll see if that's now going to have a part to play. But Douglas has taken the lead back. And he's under pressure right now.
Dooley's got Mole.
Is under pressure from Troy Dooley into the chicane. Safety car been cold, Sinker? Because I've just seen leaky hop.
I haven't heard nothing at all.
Okay.
There's no chatter from the safety car. No, it hasn't.
Okay. I was just wondering because he hopped into the car.
What I was going to say was, what a difference of composure John Gallen shows from tonight to Sunday night.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he's feeling the pressure on Sunday because of the pace of the field.
Possibly. I'm not sure if it's that. Yeah, maybe getting used to the drivers around him as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see after tonight, because this is a really measured drive by him. Really well done, good strat, good pace, everything like that. He's already settled into 121, 221, so pace is good. These boys up front are finding each other, so they're bringing the race back to him. And if they keep swapping and changing like they are at the moment, which is awesome to see for us, they're doing themselves a disservice because they're losing 2 to 3 tenths.
Well, they've now lost 2 seconds over this lap, and they're at risk of losing more. As Gallen is just coming into Blanchimont, and they're only just coming into the final couple of corners. There's 10 minutes to go, Sinker. The gap is now down to 7.5 seconds for John Gallen, who is on 20-minute fresher tyres. Or we'll call it 15 minutes.
He's coming around the last one. They're going around the first one. But look, you know what? It's one thing to catch him. It's a different thing to be able to pass him
as well.
Yeah, once he gets in beside him, he's going to get into the dirty air, into the drag as well. So it's going to be hard. But you know, all credit to him. If he can get one of them, that's still a podium. That's awesome work.
Seymour coming up towards over Radion. Gallen just enters Eau Rouge. So when will he catch them? If he does. Dooley's putting the pressure on Douglas now to the Kemmel Straight. He takes back the lead. Douglas lets him have it. There's Gallen in the background. Oh, he's lurking right now, Sinker, and he is hunting them down at the front of the pack.
I think these boys are smartened up because their lap times have dropped in the last lap. They've gone from doing 23s, 24s to 22s. So they've triggered the fact that, geez, this guy's catching on. I reckon he's going to catch him by the bus stop.
What, of this lap?
Oh, maybe not this lap.
I don't think he catches them. I think he catches them. He catches them with 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
If he's going to catch them, it'll be within the next 5 minutes. But it's going to depend if they start battling or if they start working together to save their battle for the last 2 laps. Because if they save their battle for the last 2 laps, there's no way he can catch them up unless they have a crash.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just going to switch it around a little bit to Brett Taylor, Craig Healy. These boys are having a great little tussle in the back of the grid. 3 cars fighting it. 2 teammates going up against Mr. Healy. And then behind them is Jacob Traynor, who's down 5 places. So our biggest mover tonight is Sean Smith. He's up 13 places. He's done really well. Started at the very back, worked his way up and been very patient. Significant biggest mover is Michael Quash, up 9 places. He's got himself into a top 5, which has been sensational.
And the leader split too as well. He's in the lead,
biggest
crucially.
drop has been Scotty Weston with that incident he had.
Unfortunately for him, he is back on the lead lap though, interestingly enough. Somehow, I don't know how he's done that. Just pure guts and determination. As they come round turn 1, the gap is now 6.6 seconds. So they have reacted to Gallen gaining on them, Sinker. They've only lost half a second that lap, so they've done well.
Yeah, they're all lapping the same now. So they're all around 21 twos. So yeah, they're starting to sustain that gap, which is unfortunate for John.
I think his tyres have just
There's
gone up.
plenty of time to go. There's plenty of angles to happen as well.
That's
someone
exactly
could go
right.
off. Someone could get a rub.
Douglas down the inside at the end of the Kemmel Straight. They're going to go 2 by 2. Gets the move done on Dooley. He had to back out of it. Mole's now going to get involved as well. Through the next couple of corners. I was going to make a joke saying that any excuse to get your Team SRW car on screen. Just because he was in the background of that battle. But that battle is actually starting to heat up as well with Healy and Taylor.
He's actually caught them across the back there. That Brett Taylor on Healy at the moment. He's taken the outside line on Healy. They're going side by side of the little Viper. The little Viper lights of Taylor. 2 by 2, done really well. So much respect to these two guys. Still going for it, but Healy's got himself in a position where he's got the gap and cut the nose off.
Are we going to see a new paint job on the Team SRW cars next season, Sinker?
Yes, next season we will.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
You're going to start working on them before the week before round 1?
Probably the night before.
Ah, very good.
Do some of my best work under pressure. Grading diamonds.
Oh, you still have. You still.
At the corner of my eye. At the corner of my eye, I opened up a bit of Sandboy onion chips this evening, and I've just looked at the corner of my eye. My missus is eating them.
Oh, tomato's the best flavour anyway.
Oh, I'm devoed.
Oh.
Anyway, the boys are at the front are still slogging it out. 36 seconds. Sorry, 5 tenths, 3 tenths. Swapping and changing. Jason's now got the lead. We've got another 5 minutes left, so maybe 3 laps will tick over, depending on how they go.
Quashi's had to pit, just quickly. Quashi has had to pit.
Yep.
So, I don't have the lap when he last came in because I had to reset the data. That's annoying.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well.
But it's all right.
That's fine. As they come up through
Great little-
Rouge and Radion. Battle is starting to cool.
Great battles everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah.
Peter Pav's had a good night tonight. He's got himself up 5 places and stayed there. Rushworth as well, up 7 places. Consistency from Cowan, Van Muir, Mick Clifton and Steve Martin, they've all up 1 place, but they've maintained their grid position all the way through. It was always going to be a race of, you go for it or don't.
I wish you could have. I wish you could have seen my face then, Singer, because I saw the onboard of Douglas and Dooley, and I just pulled the biggest stink face because I thought we were about to have it coming together through the end of that chicane. It was so tight. Douglas trying to take the lead back from Dooley right now. Oh, not pit lane. That's what we want, and he has gotten it done. Mole is now looking to get involved. Up towards P2. These guys
got him on the outside. He's got the momentum.
These guys have been
He's done the
together
move.
this whole race, Sinker.
Yeah. Even down the bottom, look at Healy and Taylor again.
Unbelievable.
Yep. They're switching and changing. They've got and who's the other one? It's Brett Douglas. Sorry, he's been overtaken by Jacob. But these guys are close racing. They've had a swap and turn, and Brett's not giving up this position. He wants it big time.
Hey, look in the background. It's John Gallen with 3.5 minutes to go, Singer. What did I say? Within the next 5 minutes, he was going to get close to the back of them. So all of a sudden, the pressure's now on at the front of the field as Mole's trying to take the lead from Douglas round Blanchimore. Gets it done round the outside. A fantastic move by Billy Mole. Dooley wants a piece of the action too, but what are they doing? They're sucking John Gallen into the battle right now by getting into their own, but Mole's had to come into the pit lane. All 3 of them are in the pit lane. Gallen's taken the lead with 3 minutes to go. They didn't have enough fuel, Sinker. It's done and dusted. Gallen has got the lead by plenty of time.
How did they not have enough fuel? They went in at the 35-minute mark.
They didn't have the
Racing
safety
each
car.
other too hard.
They didn't have the safety car. Remember, they came in on the 30-minute mark. Davis went the extra lap. So they needed the safety car to fuel save enough.
Got himself in a great position.
He could. So could Cowie as well.
And Cowan too.
But if they need the pit stop, Sinker, all of a sudden, we're looking at John Gallen, Mick Clifton and Stephen Martin on the podium with 2 split 2 drivers on the podium tonight for overalls.
Yeah, they won't. Jamie Davis and Andrew Cowan pitted a lap before John Gallen, so they'll be fine. They'll be fine. But that I stuffed that up, didn't I? I didn't think yeah.
They needed the fuel save.
I really thought they would make it to the end. I really did think they'll make it to the end.
So
that's a great job by John Gallen. He has got himself in a mega position, and Jamie Davis just cruising behind there, thinking that I was thinking he's just going to get around a 6 to 7. Has done extremely well.
It has all come unglued with only a few moments to go in this race.
Done.
Taylor's now got that move done in the bottom screen on Craig Healy. Moves up into P7 in class, P15 on the road. Another battle a little bit further back is this one here. It's Pav and Martin working together here as teammates. Maybe having a friendly little scrap between the Pelicans. They're inside the top 10. Martin's P2 in the Pro-Am. Wow. in the split 2 class. I didn't even have the wrong class.
We have a minute to
that
go,
time.
mate. We have a minute to go.
We have, and we're going to have one more lap of this race with John Gallen leading by 4.5 seconds over Jamie Davis. And the question now, because Gallen didn't come in one lap after Davis, he came in probably about 5 minutes after Davis did. So the question now is, can Davis and Cowan make it home? Because they only went one extra lap over the leaders. Like, they only went 3 extra minutes.
I think they'll be fine because they haven't been flat out like those times the boys are doing before. I think they'll be fine.
He's committing to the lap, so...
Yeah, they've done it easy, I reckon. Well, not easy, but they've done it.
White flag lap for John Gallen.
That is some great work there from Gallen. He's slowed it right down now. He's taking it at 2:23. He's not taking any risks.
No, he's not. He's just wanting to get it home. He's got plenty of space between him and Jamie Davis. 3 3/4 seconds between him and Jamie Davis right now.
And Jamie took just under 2 seconds on him in that last lap. So Jamie's flying. Is Gallen pushing all the way?
No, I think he's trying to get this car home. He knows he's got plenty of time over Davis. Because remember, Davis can get on the back of him, but he has to get the move done as Clifton is lining up a podium position right now over Andrew Cowan. This is the battle for P3. Very interestingly enough. So it's all on still for podium honours. Yep. Cowie's done the strategy play here. But Clifton has had an absolute blinding race, as is John Gallen. Davis has done well to get it up one spot into P2. And I tell you what, Troy Dooley will be absolutely he will be heartbroken with himself for not coming in under that safety car.
Have a look at this. Mick Clifton, split 2. Steve Martin, second position, split 2. Bradley Wall, third in split 2. What a way to go, Brad. Well done.
He's done well. He has done incredibly
he's done really well for his third race back from being out for nearly 12 months. It's spectacular.
He's done every round, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done every round so far.
Oh, this is his 4th race back then.
Oh, 4th round, sorry. 4th round.
As John
Actually,
Gallen,
I don't think he did the first round. I don't think he did the first round.
I can't remember now.
He got us for the second. Anyway, either there, neither there. But John Gallen, ladies and gentlemen, has done a sensational job with his strategy. He's gone out and led and followed his own instinct rather than following everyone else, and done an impeccable job. He is now leading by 2 seconds off the front of Jamie Davis and Andrew Cowan. We have 4.8, but Andrew Cowan has got a lot of pressure from Mickey Clifton. He's down to 2.29, and that was the winner then. That was John Gallen crossing the track for first place and Jamie Davis for second. Congratulations, and what an amazing strategy. Followed by Coleman, Cowan, Clifton, Martin, Pavlovich, Wall, Dooley, Douglas, Mole, Schmidt. Whoa. So that was that came out of nowhere, didn't it, mate?
I knew it was coming up, Sinker. I was wondering if you did too, in fact, and you didn't apparently. I did mention white flag when we started that lap.
But I thought it was the next lap that we were on still.
No.
Anyway, what a sensational run, mate. What an unbelievable run. Well done to Mr. Gallen. Great work.
It was an unbelievable run for him, as well as Davis. They give each other their little waves of succession at the front of the field. And, well, unfortunately for Troy Dooley, Jace Douglas and Billy Mole, guess where they ended up, Sinker? Where you thought John Gallen was going to, around about P10 on the road.
Yep.
So you can claim that you meant those three. You can claim that you meant those three when you said John Gallen. It's okay.
No, not at all. I honestly thought those other guys were going to make it without having to pit. I really did. But that's an awesome strat from Mr. Gallen, and well done. Are these boys trying to just roll back down the hill to get back to the pits? They don't have to get back to the pits anymore.
We're under slow-mo, so they're probably going full speed. Hang on, they
don't need to get back to the pits anymore like they used to. So if you're out there and you're about to run out of fuel like Healy is, you can just tow, mate. As long as you're not on camera, you're sweet.
Yep, but if you can make it back, Sinker does
2 or 3 corners.
Yeah, Sinker does request if the leader does have enough fuel to get back, that they attempt to park on the pole spot. it's whether they have the wherewithal to actually line it up
if you
perfectly.
get right beside him, and if you can get on both sides of him, then we can bring the camera out a little bit and we can go all the way around all three of yous. But the likelihood of that happening, diddly squat.
Yeah, because they have to actually be able to line it up right on the grid slot for it to look absolutely perfect as well.
Yeah. But Billy Mole, fastest lap of the night, 2020, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, 0.11. So we thought that he was going to be up there at the pointy end, which he was strategy-wise. He was doing really well. He stayed with the boys in front of him. But that battle we saw tonight from Troy Dooley, Jason Douglas, and Billy Mole, swapping and changing up front, has been spectacular all night. It kept us entertained.
It was very, very good. But we will see where they ended up. And then in this one, provisional race results for you now for round 4 of season 3 of 2024. John Gallen takes another victory this season for Pacific Esports Racing, ahead of Jamie Davis of Team SRW and Andrew Cowan of Performance Sim Racing in P3. Mick Clifton will take the Split 2 honours in P4 on the road here tonight for Accelerate Sim Racing. That is 4 different teams across the top 4 cars. We then get to our first double up of Stephen Martin in P5, P2 for the Split 2s. For Pacific Esports Racing, he finishes ahead of his teammate Peter Pavlovic, who was P6, P4 for Split 1. Brad Wall then finishes P3 for Split 2, P7 on the road here tonight, ahead of who we thought were going to win this thing, Troy Dooley, Jason Douglas, and Billy Mole, from a little bit of a slip-up in strategy play. Sean Smith, Andrew Rushworth, Sean Vandermill just missed out on the top 10. Michael Quash, Brett Taylor make up the top 15. Jacob Traynor, what could have been for him here tonight, just an unfortunate disappointing race from him compared to where he started. Craig Healy, Brett Douglas, Shane Patterson, the top 19 cars out on track, with Jared Williams, Brad Hayes, Martin Lipsky, Scotty Weston, Di Feldman, and Scott Leberfair at the back end of the field. Josh King, unfortunately, 8 laps down on the rest of the field, and Scotty Leberfair was 5 laps down on the rest of the field, and Di Feldman was 1 lap down. Everyone else, though, finished on the lead lap. I've got no idea how Scott Weston got back on the lead lap, but fair enough. He did the job. But those are the provisional results for this race.
For the RC's benefits, we'll have the top 3 and the winner of the Split 2.
Pretty much just the top Clifton. 4 cars. The top 4 cars on the road.
Top 4 cars. And we'll have that through. Jamie Davis has got enough for a burnout, but he hasn't been able to do a complete one by the look of it. Have we got anyone in the green room yet? No, not quite.
That's okay. We'll get up some B-roll happening for our podium finishers. Of course, Andrew Cowan, who ran an exceptional race, as well as Mick Clifton as well. We'll pick a camera that's not going to go to the inside of the car. That one will do. Have we got Mickey in the green? None of them are in the green room yet, Sinker.
No.
Oh, what are they doing?
No.
I get
Jason Douglas is in the lounge for some reason.
For whatever. I mean, maybe he was expecting other people to come and chat to him. I don't know.
No, we've got no one in the top. No one in the top 4 that wants to have a chin wag with us. Well,
there's John Gallen. We will give Kelly's there. Davis is there. We'll give Mick what, 2 minutes to get in there.
Yeah, we'll give him a brief.
Yeah, we'll give him 2 minutes. If he doesn't come in 2 minutes, then we'll start with our
you know what's going on.
We'll come back.
Beck's in there giving him all the hugs and kisses like the winner he is of his split, and he's forgotten he's got to come into the microphones. Beck, tell him to get in here now.
Maybe if he gets a trophy at the end of the season, he needs to somehow convert it to a wedding ring for himself, so he can always carry it around with him.
Or he could propose on mic.
Oh, man, he already has, apparently. So, Tyson McAvoy's having a chat with John Gallen for whatever reason. We'll see if Tyson's going to come and tell us what he's chatting to him about live on air as we wait for Mr. Mick Clifton to hop into the green room. If he doesn't get in by the 32nd minute mark of the hour, then we'll drag in Cowie first and we'll have a chat to him until Mick shows up. We'll just roll through.
I don't want to talk. Not talking to Tyson. What for? He's done nothing tonight.
I'll tell you what, for somebody who claimed he had to leave early yesterday for tickets, he stayed around for quite a fair while. He was in there for about 2 hours, Sinker.
Yeah, I know. He just loves the attention. He wants the drama.
No, he just loves it. He just loves chatting to us. That's the problem.
Mickey Clifton is going to miss out on his chat unless he comes in the next few seconds.
Well,
otherwise, I'm going to grab.
He can get his chat if he shows up whilst we're talking to the
I'll
other.
Grab Cowan. Let's get the mood going.
Yeah, we'll get Cowan.
Cowan third or Jamie first?
It was Cowan in third. Yep.
Let's go.
sort of safety.
Mr. Cowie Cow, the average sim racer legend of the YouTube. Congratulations on your podium finish, mate, at this fantastic Spa for round 4.
Yeah, thanks, boys. The strat sort of worked. I think Jono played the best play. That pit was a good call from him, and Manny could push hard from the end. I was able to sort of save enough fuel in the first to go a bit longer. I think Jamie and I were saving fuel for a few laps there at the start of that second stint, but it just tyres at the end, and we didn't have anything on Gallon. You know, he was scorching away there at the end.
Well, we didn't see it up here in the booth. We thought that the boys are going to have enough because they came in around the 32 minute mark, somewhere around there. We thought they'd have enough to get back, but I completely forgot about the fact that they had. Yeah, safety car was out for 4+ minutes.
I did point that out to Stephen as well, Cowie, that they made half an hour due to the safety car. And it was going to be tight for them in the second half, and it was too tight apparently.
Well, my teammate Troy, he was on the fast strategy, so he was always looking at 2-stopping, and then when we saw the safety car come out, we thought, oh, that's it. But the safety car only did 1 lap. If it had done 2, I reckon that would have been enough for Troy and Jace and that to get
the
home.
1 lap was 4 minutes 0.5, so it was 4.5 minutes was 1 lap of the safety car. So if they did another lap, we
the
would
way
have
it
had.
sort of works.
Yeah.
The way it sort of works is it's 11.7 or something on full burn around here. So you need a little bit of save to get 12, and if you can save 5 or 6 litres, you get 13. But to do that, you've got to do a couple of big lifts. You know, and early on, I was sort of trying to just be predictable. Like I think I got up to 5th or 6th early on, and then I was back to 9th. You know, because I was trying to save, and I didn't want to, you know, cause any accidents. But you know, but that was my strategy right from the word go. So should have pitted when Gallon did, and I could have chased hard at the end. But I think, you know, Jamie and I got to slow down, and that sort of lost me my toe with him. If that had been the case, I could have maybe pushed a little bit harder with the toe.
Yeah,
the toe was worth probably 0.2 litres a lap, so that's the same sort of save that you're getting from the lifts.
Yeah.
But look, it was a good strategy.
Toe break.
Sort of worked well.
Well,
Look, it worked very well. It was fun for me and Hamish here. I didn't realise how lost I was. I think it's the first time I've got the strategy wrong this season. Hamish, you're going to give me that, aren't you?
I can't even think of the last time you got it wrong, to be honest. Although I haven't really been concentrating on it throughout the season.
Well, I didn't really want to give you boys any info this week either. I won't give it away to my competitors out
That's
there.
fine. We'll save it for Sunday, Cowie, when you can give us the details. So obviously tomorrow night, just quickly, you're running in the Super Formulas for the first time. Can we expect you to be in the green room throughout the race so we can just randomly drag you in for a quick chat?
I'll probably be up in the lounge. I think there's a Sinker and a few of the boys. They all jump in the lounge and race up there. So I think I'll be joining them. It should be good fun. You can drag me down. I've done a few laps and I'm sort of in the low 120s. And then I think Dougie Gowan's told me that Vella's in the low 18s. So, you know, it's a little bit soul crushing, but to be expected jumping into cold.
Oh man, he's in another world. He's in another world. He's in another world. He's an absolute weapon. Absolute weapon. Well, mate, Cowie, excellent strategy, mate. Well done tonight. Sensational drive, mate. Who gets Cowie out on track and supports him?
Well, thanks very much, boys. Of course, Performance Sim Racing, our team out there, Troy, you know, he was super quick and probably had half a second or second on all of us out there. Just the safety car, one more lap, he would have been enough, but that happens. And West End Motor Group is our big sponsor. Parramatta Isuzu, Too Easy Finance, Harvey Norman as well. Track Racer, my own music business, cowiemusic.com. Playing at Redcliffe Dolphins this coming Sunday. Any Queenslanders, come out and see us. We're Night Rider Designs for our paint, and of course #TalkToMeBro. You know, talk to your mates out there, boys. Just have a listen. It doesn't take much, and it's good to catch up and have a beer.
Excellent job, mate. Well, congratulations, and I hope this is continues to happen for the rest of the season for you, and good luck for your gig as well, mate.
Thanks, boys.
Take care, buddy.
Yes.
Hamish, Mr. Clifton's in here. Let's drag him quickly in.
Let's go have a chat to Mr. Mickey Clifton if you want to drag him in.
Mick Logan, how are you doing, mate?
Good. How's yourself, fellas?
Good, mate. I thought I'd give you your missus' surname for tonight's show, considering you guys are getting married. Are you going to keep your name, mate, or is she taking over?
She's taking my name. Sick of people getting it wrong. two G's.
Two G's. No worries, mate. We called her Bogan.
Yeah. It's Bojan.
What a drive, mate. Strategy worked out for you. Was that always the case for you, or is it just you just following the boys in front? How was tonight planned out?
No, well, I had a lose, and I lost it in the last chicane, and sorry to whoever I hit, but yeah, I got out of there real quick, and I thought I'll pit straight away. So I just drove into the pits from there, and the safety car came out after that, saved me.
Nice. So then you were on the same strategy as pretty much Jamie and Cowie in the end.
Yeah. I think I had newer tyres than them pair. I was catching them, but not fast enough.
Probably a couple more laps, you'd probably been all right because their tyres were dying at the rear end of it, and yours were picking up. It's pretty much the same as what John Gallen was doing for the pointy end of the race. But did you enjoy it tonight? How did it feel out there?
I loved it. Excellent. Yeah, great racing. Them Pelicans were hassling me out for a while.
They're a bit pesky, those Pelicans, sometimes, aren't they?
No, not wrong. I'll have nightmares.
Oh, they're fun to race against. At least you know you're not going to get punted by them.
They're all good fellas. It's all good racing in this league.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the missus has been waving your flag all night, mate. She's been going crazy. She's been in the chat, which has been fantastic. It's been a breath of fresh air. So who do you think and who gets you on track?
I better thank the missus for cheering me on, first up. And Abby Timbers, Primal Wheels, Box and Lock Narang, Modern Deck, and Accelerate Sim Racing, the whole team. They're bloody champions.
Excellent, mate. Well, let's hope you can continue the podiums, mate, and good luck for the rest of the season, dude.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, thanks
care,
for the broadcast. Love your work, fellas.
Have a good one, mate.
See you.
All right, what do we got left? We got Mr. Jamie Douglas.
Mate, you're getting your own.
Jamie,
You're getting your own driver's name incorrect. Mr. Davis, I just want to point out that your own team boss just got your name wrong live on a broadcast. If I were you, I'd be sacking him at that point.
I just called you Jamie Gallen.
No, you didn't even say that. You said Jamie Douglas.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I'm losing it, mate. I'm tired. How was that, mate? I really didn't think you were going to get the pointy end. I didn't think the strategy was going to work, and you did really well, mate. Was that the target? Was it on point the way you thought it was going to come out?
No, not at all. I thought when the first round of stops happened, I seen all the other boys go in. I looked and I had 0.2 of a milliliter over the 5 litre mark, and I went, the next lap will be a little bit slower, but if I go an extra lap, that'll help me heaps there.
And and when you saw Gallen come in after you, did you think you were going to be able to catch him? What was the plan from there? Did you guys think he was going to come out behind you or in front of you?
I never actually thought of it. I was just following the first 3 boys, and then when I seen Gallen go in the mirror and in the pit lane, I just sat there and went, "That's bloody genius. He's going to be right up there at the end now."
Yeah, it really worked out well for him. The strategy. How much fuel did you have left at the end of the lap?
I was saving most of the way, except for those last 3 laps when I knew I had enough. So I had 1.8 litres when I crossed the line.
Nice work. Any penalties tonight, mate?
No, fortunately, another clean race.
Excellent job, mate. Well done. That's what we need from you at the moment. Congratulations. Well, the boys did really well. It was great fun to watch. You had a few battles here and there, but was it most of it's fuel saving and staying clean?
All that first stint, it was just that was about fuel saving. I seen Sean send it into Eau Rouge like 1, and I just feathered the throttle. But you can have that, mate. Not a problem at all. And then Jace dove me, and I was like, yeah, no worries, boys, more cars to fuel save. But I was just sort of getting the balance wrong. I was trying to fuel save, but then I was dropping too far back. Then I had to push to try and close the gap to get back into that draft.
Yep. I did notice you were fading in and out of the draft when you were sitting in 5th for a while. You were sort of I did a couple of times notice. I said to Hamish, he's dropped out of the tow a little bit, and then I turned around, you're back in the tow again. So you're struggling to maintain the same pace as them, or was it just because you were that much far apart it was hard to gauge it?
Well, I was just trying to, all the good drivers get fuel save and still do record lap time. So I was just trying to do that, but obviously I don't have the skill of the professionals and stuff. So I was just dropping in and out of the toe and stuff. But even after the pit stop, when I was watching Cowie come, I was trying to keep far enough ahead of him that he couldn't fuel save. And then I decided, I've got to slow down and get behind him to fuel save. And then I think he got a slow down or something, which ruined that little jigger.
Put a miles in the plan, mate. Put a miles in the plan. It's all good, mate. Look, great effort tonight. Well done. Podium on a long race like this is sensational. It's a lot of hard work. And sitting there for an hour behind the steering wheel, I don't think I could do 20 minutes at the moment. But well done and congratulations. You're at the pointy end again. Who gets Mr. Davis out on track? And don't forget the wife.
Thanks to Warren and Brown Tools, Shannon's, Grim Industries, NeuroPower, DSL Railway Services. Just everyone who supports and tunes in every week. It's good. Thanks to Race Control, commentators, and everyone who puts on the series.
And to Laura.
Hang
on. Let me get this straight. I keep forgetting who's going out with who.
Laura is Brad's wife.
Okay, good. Hamish, remind me of that every time I open my mouth, all right?
I did last week, mate, and you've forgotten again.
It should be self-explanatory, Steve. The last name's right there.
Oh, well, I didn't know if they were related as brother and sister at one point. So, mate, and it's late, so give me a break. Anyway, get out of here, mate. Well done. Congratulations. Your team boss is happy.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Hamish.
Take care, brother. All right, we got that straight now, and I won't forget again. And now here we have, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jonathan Gallen, the champion of round 4 at Spa. Well done, mate. Sensational strategy. Love your work.
Oh, cheers, mate.
I'll tell you what.
Just quickly thing, I've got to ask him, John, did you drop the vape this week?
No.
Have you got yourself a holder?
No, yeah, it's called my lap. Instead of sitting up where I reach it, just in quick reach off the paddles, It rolled away last time, but this time, no, I made sure it stayed in my lap, nice and close and handy.
Was it a bit like a Hamilton moment? Toto, I have something between my legs.
No, it was just reach down and grab it.
Mate, strategy. Talk us through it. Was it planned as soon as the safety car out? Was that strategy, or did it just unfold as the race went on?
Well, to be honest, a big shout out to Steve Martin. He sat there and he's gone, regardless, you boys, I'm pitting whatever you guys do, whatever the beep you want. So I'm like, okay, I'll just see what the leaders are doing, because obviously I had that little gap of the chicane there.
Yep.
I seen them all stay out, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going in. Let's take a chance, take the gamble. Let's hope for a green flag all the rest of the way. And it paid off in the end.
Nice work. And tell you what, it would have been a tough decision to make so early on, track position or go for the pits. It would have been a tough one to make. Were you second guessing yourself when you did it?
Yeah, 100% I was. I'm like, have I gone too early? But when I came out, we got back around, and I think I fell back to like P10 or something like that.
Yep.
And I had the boys, everyone in front of me. There was only us 3 Pelicans that went in and did it, as far as I'm aware of. And I knew they had to do an extra stop, or they had to either fuel save like crazy.
Yep.
And hats off to the ones that can. But I definitely can't. So it was just play it as it was. But yeah, big shout out to Steve.
He was good to have. One thing that's good about you boys, you got plenty of support out there tonight. And we've had a couple of people say already that they've been harassed by pelicans on track, because you guys are everywhere. But it's good to see. I love every bit of it, and I'm sure that the holiday resorts at Lake Edge love it as well, because we actually mention them probably more than you do.
Well, I'm going to mention it again.
Who gets Mr. Gallen out on track and supports you, mate?
All the guys and the team at PER, Lake Edge Holiday Units at Burrell Lake. One Shot Pest Management, Bin the Blade for Balin Foundation, W Energy Drinks, Tim Nickel Photography, Player One Sim Gear. Yeah, all the people that let us race, wives, girlfriends, whatever you want to call them, friends, big support crew that I've got, which is awesome. I hope you're all watching.
They are, mate. They are. The Gallant Club is back.
Yeah, definitely my team. A few of the guys around my workplace. Big shout out to Joseph Sayed. He's a long-time sports sedan racer, and yeah, we get along really well. Have a good chat, and gives me a few hints and tips and whatnot behind the scenes.
Quick one before we let you go.
Yeah, mate.
Your form in Tuesday nights has been top notch. Are you still I feel like you're still in the settling in process on Sunday nights with those other guys. Am I right, or is it just you're not getting that much luck?
Sunday nights, mate. Honestly, it's just a casual night for me. Just have a bit of fun. Where I end up is where I end up. If I'm up the front, I'm up the front. If I'm at the back, I'm at the back. Doesn't worry me.
Yep.
I'm just got that extra night by somehow, thanks to the missus. Don't know how I got that. Just to break up the comp. Obviously my main one is tonight, Tuesday, SRW and the V8 Vets on Thursdays. They're my two main things. It's what I concentrate on. Don't really get the practice, but I just have fun with the boys and on the Sunday, just enjoy it while I can.
Excellent, mate. Well, as long as you're having fun, that's the most important thing. That's what we always say here up at the booth. And you seem like you do, mate. So congratulations again, and well done at the pointy end of the track on the top step again. And hope the rest of the season keeps going as good as tonight did, buddy.
Yeah, I hope so too. Fingers crossed, touch wood. And big shout out to you, Steve and Hamish, for the stream. Love it. I love watching it after the race. I'm pretty tired for work the next day. And massive shout out to Race Control, everyone involved with SRW. It's massive. I love it. It's great. And the Pelicans love it too.
Well, we appreciate the Pelican presence, and we always love having a chin wag with you guys. Do me a favour and let's get Peter Pav back in form, because I haven't seen him on a podium step for a while, mate. And he's a damn good driver. He's just don't know what's going on there.
It's quite simple, really. He's changing a few tactics, changing bits of equipment, whatnot, changing his different ways, just finding a groove, enjoying it, driving a variety of cars, which wish I could do, but I'm just not capable of that. But Pav's up there.
Yeah, he is. Oh, mate, congratulations and well done, buddy. And see you next round.
Yep, thanks, guys. Catches.
Take care. Hamish, another amazing night of racing on Tuesday night with fantastic viewers supporting us, having a chin wag with us, and having a bit of a laugh at our expense and with our expense. And it's been an absolute blast, mate.
Mate, it's been absolutely epic. I look forward to returning to Super Formulas tomorrow night. A little bit disappointed I didn't get to call the action last week, but I did have an absolute ball and a hell of a lot of laughs when I was sitting in the race control room last week, checking out some of the stuff they do, giving my insights to some incidents that were happening on track as well. So I was still concentrating on what happened in that race. I just may not have taken in as much information as what I normally would by calling action for last week, but excited for tomorrow night to be back in the booth with Hutto this time for the rest of the season, possibly for the rest of 2024, to see how Cowie feels in that series. I look forward to seeing how the 8.6s go for the rest of this season. Of course, Legends on Friday has been absolutely hot. I recommend you guys either, if you haven't seen the action, come and check it out. Sign up for it if you enjoy it, because it has been an absolute ball of fun in the Friday evenings. The GTDs as well, that's been absolutely epic. And Sunday Supercars has been awesome as well. So we've got a massive week of racing coming up and a whole lot of opportunities for incidents to happen and big wins to happen for a lot of drivers out there as well. And I think, there are a lot of drivers who are stepping up to the plate at this point. I mean, John Gallen, at the moment, he's doing well here on Tuesday nights. He mentioned he focused on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thinking there may be a point later in this season that we're speaking to John after he has won another championship elsewhere in Vets for the first time. He is on the run of his life here on Tuesdays and on Thursdays as well. He is in form, one of the most informed drivers at the moment in the Supercars from what I've seen at that level. And he's looking like he's just going to continue rocketing up the order in a lot of different race series that he's in. And well, right now he's putting in a good claim to this Tuesday championship as well.
100%, mate. 100%. And we know he's got the consistency and pace. He's done it. He's done it. Did it last season. So I'm looking forward to see his battles go through, and the boys put on a good show for the rest of the season.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive one ahead. Of course, next week we will be out at Fuji Motor Speedway because we did not get to run it this season, and we ran what is the regular official for next week, Road America, last season. So we will be at Fuji next week for round 5. It's going to be an absolutely unmissable one for everyone out there. Supercars always go off at that track. Big shout out, of course, to all of our series sponsors, Warren & Brown Tools, Cooler Master, and Shannon's Insurance, our title sponsors, for their continued support across the week, as well as our other sponsors, DSL Rail Services, NeuroPower, Shunt Scenery, Groom Industries, the home of the V8 Coffee Table, which can be found and seen on Prime Video's Top Gear Australia. If you guys haven't already, be sure to hit the like button if you're on Facebook, the follow as well, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, the subscribe, and the bell icon so you're notified whenever we go racing here on SRW TV with any of the series that we offer. Coming up this week, as I mentioned, we have Donington Park tomorrow for the Cooler Master Super Formula Championships, Lebanon for the Shannon's Insurance Toyota GR86 Nationals. We head over to Alton Park for Legends World Challenge Friday evening. Warren & Brown Tools GTD Series will be heading out to Mugello for their next round, and then we're back here at Spa Sunday night for the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Series. For myself, Hamish Munro, and Steve Sinkovic alongside, we thank you for your time. We thank you for being here once again. We'll see you guys next time here on SRW TV. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down to the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Reece Tanak and Jamie Dyke just